Yes, Peter. Good morning. There's one topic which I would like to take up in details with you people. That is sex determination. One second, we have done till linkage. Back cross, test cross, I revised with you. Non-Mendelian inheritance, I had done with you just day before yesterday, I suppose. Chromosomal theory of inheritance was done. Linkage, we had discussed how linkage affects the strength of a character, whether parental characters will be more or non-parental will be more. Let me see if you remember, if linkage is strong, then which characters would be transferred more, parental or non-parental?
Parental.
Very good. Now we are going to come to this topic, which is generally asked, sex determination and genetic disorders. A short note on sex determination and genetic disorders, beta. Normally, sex determination in humans, you have done it in class 9th or 10th, XX, XY. You remember that part? For humans, I'm sure you all remember. Females, what is the composition? It is XX. And for males, it is?
XY.
Yes, Pachi, it is XY.
XY.
Very good. So hetero and homo, these things only we are going to keep in mind. And we'll continue with what we are doing now. Okay. So basically, we are going to study about sex determination and genetic disorders. The establishment of sex through differential development in an individual at the time of zygote formation is what we call as sex determination. Now, the sex is determined or defined or made confirmed at the time when zygote formation is taking place. We had a zoologist, Hen King. His name was Hen King. In 1891, he traced a specific nuclear structure all through spermatogenesis in few insects. See, beta, he was doing a lot of research in insects. I'm talking about whom? Name the person?
Hen King.
Hen King. So he was observing some insects during their development process. So he saw all through the process of spermatogenesis, there was a very small nuclear kind of a structure, nuclear structure, something which looked like a nucleus structure. And entire process of spermatogenesis, when it was continuing, this structure was there. He also observed that 50% of the sperms received this structure after spermatogenesis, whereas the other 50% of sperms did not receive it. Now, when he was observing, he saw one thing very interesting, that the structure which he was observing after spermatogenesis was completed, how many percent of these sperms got this structure in them?
50%.
50%. The rest of the 50%, they did not have this structure in them. So he started wondering, what is this? Scientists further explained that this body, X body, was a chromosome. He called this nuclear-like structure as an X body. Actually, X because he did not know the name. So like an unknown variable, we take it as X, he took it as an X. So he called that structure as X body. And then later it was found that it was a chromosome. That is why it was later known as an X chromosome. The same X body, which was discovered or observed by whom? Hen King, was later called as what? It is called as the X chromosome now. Now see this, the chromosomal theory of sex determination was worked out by E.B. Wilson and Stevens. Hen King only did this, that he observed this chromosomes, but the entire research on sex determination was done by Wilson and Stevens. Remember the name, Wilson and? Yes. So allotted a name sex chromosome to X and Y combination. They were the people who gave this name sex chromosomes. If you remember, we talk about 23 pairs of chromosomes. One is a sex chromosome and the other 22 are called, which are same in males and females. What are they called? So 23 pairs, 23rd is the sex chromosome, which is XX in females and XY in males. And the other 22 are exactly similar in males and females. And what are they called? They're called autosomes, beta. What are they called?
Autosomes.
Yes. And the 23rd chromosome, which is different in males and females, is called the allosome. So if we talk about the 23 pair of chromosomes in human beings, 22 are autosomes and the 23rd is an allosome. Autosomes, all the 22 pairs are exactly similar, exactly alike in males and females. However, this 23rd pair, that is the allosome, is different. It is XX and XY. Because this determines the sex, this is also known as the sex chromosome. Now, the other 22 chromosomes have nothing to do with sex determination, and we call these chromosomes as autosomes. So we have how many kinds of chromosomes, children? Autosomes and autosomes. Yes, allosomes. The 22 pairs which are similar and have nothing to do with sex determination, what are they called?
Autosome.
Very good. And the one which determines the sex, that is the 23rd pair, is what we call as the allosome. It is known as allosome now. Let's continue to do this with autosomes and allosomes. Allosome in human beings, you know, is XX and XY. On the basis of this type of allosome present in the gametes, parents can be of two types, beta. Either they can be homogametic, that means they produce similar gametes, or they can be heterogametic, that means they produce different gametes. Now tell me, in humans, males and females, which ones are homogamete? The males or the females?
Females.
Yes, the males are homogametic or heterogametic?
Heterogametic.
Yes, beta. Yes, yes. The males are heterogametic because we talked about their composition. It was, what were the gametes we had? X and?
Y.
Yes, beta. They were X and Y. So, and what about the females? They're homogametic or they're heterogametic?
Homogametic.
Homo. Homo means similar, beta. In females, we have both the gametes similar, XX. So we say females are homogametic in humans and males are heterogametic because their composition of gametes is X and Y. Let's do this now. We have sex determination mechanisms. We have different determination mechanisms in different organisms. For every different organism, there is a different system that is followed. Let us see this now. Male heterogamety. When I say male heterogamety, that means in males, are the gametes similar or they're different?
Not different.
Yes, beta. Let us study about male heterogamety and female heterogamety. What is male heterogamety? Let's understand. The mechanism in which male produces two different types of gametes. The male is going to have two different kinds of gametes like we just discussed in humans. It is XY, either with or without X chromosome. Okay, either with X chromosome or without X chromosome. There are some gametes which have X chromosome and there are some without which chromosome? Y chromosome. There are some gametes which do not have Y chromosome at all. They just have which gametes?
X chromosome. X.
Yes. So we are going to study about male heterogamety cases now. When I say male heterogamety, it will always mean that the females are going to be homogametic, same kind of gametes. However, the males are going to be different. Let me show you the examples of different organisms and let me explain it to you. Give me 1 second, I'll scroll down. The first one is the most common one which I picked up, that is XX, XY type. This type is present in certain insects like Drosophila melanogaster and mammals, including humans. We all know in humans, we have this combination of allosome XX and XY, but it is also present in some insects like, which insect? Drosophila. Which insect, beta?
Drosophila.
Good. In males, an X chromosome is present, but the other part is very small, and this is called as the Y chromosome. In males, we have a longer chromosome and a shorter chromosome. The longer one is the X chromosome, Apart from this X chromosome, there is a short chromosome, size thoda chota compared to the X chromosome, and that chromosome is what we call as the Y chromosome. But in females, what is the combinations? Females have a pair of only X chromosome, those two long pairs of chromosomes, that is XX. So both males and females have the same number of chromosomes. Males also have two, females also have two. The only difference is females are homogametic. They have XX, and the males are heterogametic because they have XY. The males, they have autosomes along with the pair of XY chromosomes. Autosomes, I just told you how many pairs? How many pairs are autosomes? The 23rd pair is allosome. So how many pairs of autosomes are there in humans?
22. 22.
Very good. Very good. So we talk about the genetic composition of males. It will be 22 autosomes plus XY. The 23rd chromosome is going to be XY. And if we talk about females, it will be, tell me, I'm saying males, it is 22 autosomes plus XY. So what will it be in females?
22 chromosomes. 22 autosomes plus X.
Very good. Very, very good. So we see that the male, it produces two types of gametes, X gamete and Y gamete. So X and Y, X chromosome. But females are producing only one type of chromosome, that is X chromosome. So which one is homogametic in humans? Is it females or is it males?
Females.
And the males are?
Heterogametic.
We have started with male heterogamety only as an example. Now please see this flow chart. It is written male AA plus XY. AA stands for those 22 pairs of autosomes, which are present in females also. So AA is your autosomes. If you see AA in males, AA in females, this means that all the 22 pairs of autosomes are same in males and females. So AA plus XY is going to be the male and AA plus XX is the female. So over here, if you see what combinations are possible, autosomes of course are going to be there. But in the next set, if we have a combination of XY, please go down and see. If the offspring is AA plus XY, then it is a male or a female? AA plus XY, male or female, beta?
Male.
Male. And if it is AA plus XX?
Female.
Yes, beta. So it is the presence of which chromosome which tells us the male quality? Which chromosome will tell that yes, if this chromosome is present, then the offspring is going to be a male? X or Y?
Y.
The Y. Very good. So the Y chromosome determines the maleness. Maleness means the characteristic that an individual would be a male. We are doing male heterogamety. We have done the first example, mammals, man, and which insect?
Drosophila melanogaster.
Yes, Drosophila. Now we will see one more example of male heterogamety. We have only two cases of male heterogamety in our syllabus. The first one we've done, that is XX, XY. And the second one which we're going to do is XX, XO now. XX, XO. This type is present in large number of insects, for example, grasshoppers. There we had the insect Drosophila. Here we are talking about grasshopper beta. Let's see how they are different. Males have only one X chromosome, okay? And they produce two types of sperms. 50% with X chromosome and 50% without X chromosomes. But normally when an individual male has XY chromosomes, then 50% X and 50% Y. यहाँ पे Y है ही नहीं. The male has only one chromosome and that is X. So 50% chances हमेशा ये रहते हैं that one goes, 50% the other goes. यहाँ पे है ही नहीं है. So it is written 0 actually. This O is actually 0. There is no other chromosome. So the male will have 50% offsprings which have X chromosome and the rest of the 50% offsprings without X chromosome. Let's talk about the females. Females will have what? They will have a pair of X chromosomes, like we have normals in humans, XX wala combination. So obviously 50-50%, whether it is 50% X, 50% X. So what is the main difference between the first case and the second case? Understand. In the first case, the male had two chromosomes, X and Y. So 50% X will go, 50% Y will go. This was the case of mammals and Drosophila. In the second case, when we're talking about grasshopper, females में कोई change नहीं है. Females are the same as XX, but males have only one chromosome, that is X. The other is 0, which we generally speak as O. It is actually 0. They do not have another chromosome. So when the offsprings will be there, 50% chances that 50% of them will have an X chromosome. And what about the rest of the 50% children? Yes. Yes, they will be without any chromosome because there is a 0 combination. See the flow chart. In the males, it is written AA plus XO. And in the females, it is AA plus XX. AA again stands for autosomes. So we get two types of combinations. Either it is AA plus XX, that is the female, or it is going to be AA plus XO, that is the male. All the eggs which get X beta, supposing we have sperms. Now male is giving only X chromosome. Female already has an X only. So male, say if X is coming, the offspring would be female. And if the X does not come, then obviously the offspring is going to be the male. So there is a difference in combination. There it was AA plus XX, AA plus XY. Here it is AA plus XX and AA plus X0. Very good. Just see the flow chart for a second. So we had how many cases of male heterogamity, children? How many cases of male heterogamity? Yes, beta. Two cases, no? Two cases. The first one was human beings and Drosophila. In that case, the female was XX, but the male was
XY.
XY. Very good. The second case was, we did for which insect? Yes, it is grasshopper. Very good. The females were the same, XX. What about the males?
X0.
Yes, bache. So in both the cases, you will see that females, the gametes are same. They are XX only. But males, they are different. In one case, they were XY. In the other case, they were XO or X0. So heterogamity kahan pe hai beta? Male heterogamity or female heterogamity?
Male.
It is a male heterogamity. Now we are going to study about female heterogamity. We are going to study about those cases where male gametes would be the same, but the female would be different. Let's see the first case with you. I'll be taking up. In this case, what happens is, beta, that the total number of chromosomes remain the same, whether it is male or females, but different types of chromosomes are present in females, not in the males. Bilkul ulta. The first case is ZZZW type. Now, can you see the chromosomes and tell me? I'm saying female is heterogametic. So female will be ZZ or ZW?
ZW.
Very good. This kind of a sex determination you will find in birds, fowls, fishes. Birds, fowls, and fishes. The females, they have one Z and one W chromosome. So both the chromosomes are different in this case for female ZW. That means they are heterogametic. Of course, they'll have autosomes also. Males will also have autosomes, but then they had a pair of ZZ combination. That means the males are homogametic or heterogametic? Homogametic. Very good. So whenever there is the sex will be determined, it will be determined by the type of the egg that is fertilized to produce. If we have a combination like in males, we have AA plus ZZ. In females, we have AA plus ZW. Now the male can always give only Z. However, the female can either give a Z or give a W. If the female gives a Z, the offspring will be a male. If the female gives a W, the offspring is going to be a female. So who is going to determine the sex of the offspring? In this case, male or females? The mother or the father?
Mother.
Mother.
Yes, mother. And what about human beings?
Father.
The father. Because father was heterogametic. He can give X, so it would be a female. He could give Y, it would be a male. Similarly, here, beta, males, so they have only one, that is Z combination. So they will be giving Z only. However, females will determine whether the offspring is going to be a male or a female. If the offspring gives the female gives a Z combination, then ZZ will give a male. And if it is ZW, then it is a female. This kind of a sex determination where the female decides the offspring is going to be a male or a female is found in fishes. Which other case, tell me?
Birds.
Fishes, birds. Very good. If you remember the previous one, I did Z, the 0 one, X0. The second case here is exactly the same. ZZ and Z0. In this method of sex determination, the female is again what? She is heterogametic, Z0. And the males are again homogametic because we are doing female heterogametic. Males are ZZ beta and the females are ZO. This case you will find in butterflies and moths. Just see this flow chart. Let me explain it to you. ZZ, Z0. Let me put it down also a little. Yes, Peter. Let's see the flow chart. We're talking about butterflies and moths. The female is AA plus ZO and the males are homogametic with ZZ combination. Males will obviously give only Z, right? The female could give Z or could give a 0. So if both the sides ZZ comes, we said males are homogametic. So jahan bhi ZZ aayega, it is a homogametic combination. That means the offspring would be a male or a female. We said females are heterogametic beta. So if the offspring combination comes as AA plus ZZ, then the offspring would be male or female? Yes,
Male.
beta. Very good. Then he would be a male only. And if we get a Z0 combination, then it would be?
Female. Female.
Yes. So very quickly, can you tell me ZZ, Z0, which organisms will you find?
Butterflies and
Butterflies and moths.
Okay. So we have done just recently 2 examples of female heterogamety. So wherever there is female heterogamety, which parent is going to determine the gender of the baby?
mother.
Female.
Yes, beta. And if the males are heterogametic and the females are homogametic, then which parent is responsible?
Male.
Yes, beta, males. Let's talk about humans. This you quite fit to have an idea already. We already know that the case of humans is XX and XY. Humans have how many total pairs of chromosomes?
23 pairs.
Yes. I already talked about this. The 22 pairs are exactly similar and they're known as?
Autosomes.
Yes, beta, they're known as autosomes. What about the 23rd pair? Is it similar or is it dissimilar? Dissimilar. The 22 pairs which are similar are called?
Autosomes.
Autosomes. The 23rd pair is called? What is it called? Allosperm. What is the word we use?
Allosperm.
There is one more word which I would like to introduce to you. When the spermatogenesis process is going on in males, obviously two types will be produced. Out of the total sperms produced, 50% will be X chromosome and the rest 50% will carry the Y chromosomes. Of course, they have autosomes also. This condition is also known as male digamety. Can you guess why it is called as digamety? How many kinds of gametes are being produced?
Because two types of gametes are.
Very good, very good. So when we say the human sex determination, is it male digamety? We would say certainly, because the males have two types of gametes, two types of chromosomes will be produced, X and Y. So this is a case of male heterogamety or female heterogamety, humans.
Male
Male heterogamety.
Now see, I hope you've understood this word male digamety. Come to this. The Y containing sperms and the X containing sperms are all called as androsperms. Now, beta, we said they have two chromosomes. So 50% of sperms will have Y chromosome, 50% of sperms will have X chromosomes. So whether it is Y or it is X, all these sperms which contain these chromosomes, X or Y, they are called as tell me what are they called? Androsperms and gynosperms. Now, can you tell me which one is androsperm and which one is gynosperm in this combination?
Gynosperm is X.
Very good, very good. So those sperms which contain a Y chromosome. See, beta, the number of sperms which will be produced after spermatogenesis, 50% will be allotted a Y chromosome and 50% will be allotted an X chromosome. So those sperms which have a Y chromosomes will be known as?
Androsperms.
You remember the word androecium and gynoecium? From there you can remember. And those sperms which carry an X chromosome, what will they be called? Yes. Okay. Now just answer a simple question. If a female receives an androsperm, what will be the sex of the baby?
Male.
Very good. Male. And a female egg is fertilized with a gynosperm, then
Female.
offspring will be a female. Very good. So you've understood. There we have the combination of X and Y. So we have heterogamety in males or in females.
In males.
So when we talk about sex determination in humans, there are 4-5 words which you all should know. Let me know if you're confident about it. Everybody knows what are autosomes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
We all know what are allosomes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Name the allosome in human male. Very good. Very, very good. Very good. Excellent. Very nice. And then there was a word which we called as digamety. We all know about it.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And do we all know what are androsperms and gynosperms?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
So we have done 2 cases of male heterogamety, 2 cases of female heterogamety. Just go through the flow chart once again. Let me scroll down. The ZZZO type, which is found in which organisms?
Butterfly and moths.
Very good, very good. Okay, beta, let's continue now. Females are producing only one type of ovum with an X chromosome. We've done. And then there we have a Y chromosome. So the two combinations, I think you've already done 50% XX, 50% XY. Now the genetic makeup of a sperm which fertilizes the ovum determines the sex of a child. Class 10, should you do this? I think you've done this. Now we are going to study something interesting. That is the case of honeybees. I'm leaving this part. We've already done it and I've also discussed with you. Now we'll be talking about honeybees now. In insects like honeybees and ants, one more thing we are adding on, that is honeybees and ants. Okay, bache, chalo, let's do this. The sex chromosomes are not differentiated. This is very interesting. And the sex is determined on the basis of the ploidy of the individual. There you don't have different chromosomes. We don't have sex chromosomes like X or Y, nothing. There are no chromosomes as such. So whether the offspring is going to be a male or a female will depend upon the ploidy. Let me explain it to you. Ploidy means whether it is haploid or diploid. In honeybees, the drones, we know they are the males and they are always haploid. They have only 16 chromosomes. The drones are haploid with how many chromosomes?
60.
Because we said that drones are developed from eggs which are not fertilized. So that is why drones are haploid or diploid? Haploid. How many chromosomes? How many chromosomes?
16.
Yes. This process is also known as, let's learn this word also, arhenotochy. Arhenotochy. Just pronounce it. When an offspring develops from an unfertilized egg, because the egg is unfertilized, that means the male's chromosomes are not added. So it will just have the chromosomes of the egg, that is only 16. There we have total 32 in honeybees. Like we have 46 here, there we have a combination of 32. So here the males, they are unfertilized. So they will have only how many? 16 chromosomes. So they are developed from unfertilized eggs. So such process where an individual or an organism develops from an unfertilized egg, the process is also known as arhenotochy. What is it called?
Arhenotochy.
Yes. Yes. They produce haploid gametes by mitosis-like division. So the gametes which are produced in arhenotochy, they are haploid or diploid?
Haploid.
We just talked about now which category of honeybees?
Drones.
Yes, very good. The drones, that is the males. The females, now we'll come to the females. The queens and the workers, they are all female. They are produced from fertilized eggs. So if they're produced from fertilized eggs, obviously the total number of chromosomes is going to be 16 or 32.
32.
30. Yes, it is going to be 32. Were you haploid or diploid? Yes,
Diploid.
diploid. So that means here the sex is determined by whether an organism is haploid or it is diploid. Haploid diploid method. There is no XX-XY combination. It is simply haploid and diploid. In honeybees, if the offspring is haploid, then he will be male or female?
Male.
Yes, beta. And if the offspring is diploid, then?
Female.
Very good. Then it is going to be the female. And this process or technique where we decide the sex of a baby or the offspring on the basis of whether the organism is haploid or diploid, we say it is based on ploidy. What is the word we use? Ploidy. Ploidy means whether it is haploid or whether it is diploid. Here you do not have any difference in chromosomes over here. The difference is only in ploidy, beta. If they're haploid, then they're going to be? Yes, males. And if they are diploid, then? Females. Okay, now we'll move on to mutation. We already know mutation means a sudden change. Now we're going to study about the disorders probably. We just have 2-3 minutes. So let me not start mutations with you today. Let us discuss what we have done today. Okay, hardly 2-3 minutes left for the class. It's already 22. No point starting a new topic. So we have done some cases. Let's talk about honeybees. There the determination is on the basis of
Ploidy.
Very good. When I say ploidy, I mean haploid and.
Diploid.
So if it is haploid, it means how many chromosomes in case of a honeybee?
16.
And when I say diploid, it means how many beta?
32.
Very good. Can anyone tell me why the drones are haploid?
Because they are unfertilized.
Very good. They are unfertilized. Normally, half comes from the sperms and half comes from the eggs. So here the egg is not fertilized only by the sperm. So it's having only its original 16 chromosomes. And which two categories of honeybees can we put them in the category of females and diploid? Queen and?
Queen and workers.
Queens and workers, are they haploid or they're diploid?
Diploid.
Yes, they are diploid. Very good. So ploidy is going to determine whether it is the male or a female. What are androsperms and gynosperms? Chalu, tell me.
Sperms which contain bi chromosomes are endosperm.
And sperms containing X chromosomes are
And eggs containing chromosomes are gynosperm.
Very good, very good. We've talked about this. The ZZZO combination was found in which kind of organisms?
butterfly.
Butterfly.
Butterflies and moths. Very, very nice. How many cases of male heterogamity?
2.
Good. Give me an example. Come on, give me any one example.
XX and XY.
Very good. What do you mean by digamety and where will you find it? Children, what is digamety? Quickly.
Two types of sperms, one containing Y and the other containing X.
Perfect. So we've talked about butterflies and moths. What was the case of grasshoppers, children? Any one of you, please tell me quickly. There's hardly a minute left for the class. Few seconds.
ZZ and ZW.
Very good. So is it a combination of male heterogamety or female heterogamety? Grasshoppers.
Female heterogamity.
What about butterflies? Female or male heterogamety?
Female heterogamity.
What about the case of Drosophila?
Male
Male
heterogamity.
heterogamity.
Very good. We'll start with a new topic tomorrow. You can go for your break. Hardly 30 seconds left, beta. Let's meet tomorrow. I hope you are ready for your UTs. If you want any topic to be done again, please let me know. I have removed biotechnology chapters from the syllabus. So we'll have only 4 chapters for tests now. Only the last unit will come. Please get into this into your notice. 6 chapters are not coming. I've changed the syllabus. Biotechnology, both the chapters are cut now. Only prepare 4 chapters. I know you'll not do well if I